Hi yogis, this is Lotus Feet, and today we're going to do a gentle flow for the entire body. We'll begin by standing at the top of our mats, grounding for a moment. On the inhale, raise the arms overhead, and exhale, bend at the hips, coming into Uttanasana, forward bend. You can wiggle the legs out a little if you want, or shake the head. Try to feel that the head and neck relax down. Shoulders pull away from the ears. We'll exhale, step back and lower to the bottom of our mat. Hands brush the ribs. Inhale, lift the heart and chest. Exhale, tuck the toes. Abdominal, send the hips up and back into downwards facing dog. Belly pulls up towards the ceiling. Eventually the heels will reach the floor, but keep as much of a bend in the knee as you need. Next exhale, look forward. Inhale, step or jump to the top of the mat. Back lengthens before exhale and fold. Inhale, we'll rise up, arms reach behind us. Eventually lifting the arms up into full Utkatasana or chair pose. On the exhale, fold over the legs. And we'll step back, lowering all the way onto the ground, belly down, hands to the ribs. And on the next inhale, raise the feet and the heart, breathing fully through the chest, letting the upper back do the work for you. Lower and tucking the toes, we'll lift back into downwards facing dog. Hands are spread wide, fingers like stars, as you imagine pushing the mat away from you. Breathe fully. And next inhale brings you to the top of your mat. Lengthen the back before folding over the legs. Breathe deeply here. And we'll rise up. Arms reach down before reaching up into full Utkatasana, fiercer chair pose. Leave the lower belly tucked and exhale. Fold over the legs. Stepping back, we'll lower down onto the belly once more. Hands to the side of the ribs and heart lifts, feet lift. Draw the shoulders down the back and relax, sitting onto your heels into Balasana, child's pose. Arms stretch away from your body. Sit bones reach for the heels, releasing the back. When you're ready, coming onto all fours, cat-cow. On the inhales, heart reaches forward, tailbone points up. Exhale, chin and tailbone tuck, back arches. Inhale. And exhale, belly button reaches for the ceiling. Inhale, chest widens. And exhale, tuck. Coming to center. We'll bring the knees closer together for a tripod base before lifting the right foot out behind us. Pelvis is square towards the earth. And if this feels steady to you, you can lift the opposite arm forward to really test your balance. Release and rock the back out again. Now for the other side. When you're ready, we'll lift the left foot out behind. If you're feeling good, find a steady gaze point and lift the opposite arm. finding length between the fingers and the toes, stretching the body. Hold the gaze steady to find your balance, and release. Sit back on your heels for a much deserved child's pose. Breathe fully into the back and allow yourself to relax here. Coming up, we'll tuck the toes and lift up into downwards facing dog again. Sit bones reach up and back. And this time, we'll do something a little different. Reach the right arm through to grab your shin, your ankle, or whatever part of the leg feels comfortable, coming into a twist. Release, and come to center before going for the other side. Again, reach the left arm over to the right leg this time, going for your shin, your ankle, your thigh, whatever feels accessible. Releasing back to center, we'll step the feet a little closer. When you're ready, your right heel reaches up towards the sky. Don't worry about how high you get. Try to focus on keeping the pelvis level to the ground. Squared hips. And we'll step the foot up towards the hands, coming into a low lunge. Scooch the foot forward until you feel a nice stretch in the psoas and quadriceps region. Lower belly tucks to protect the lumbar spine. If it feels right, you can bring a bend to the upper back and raise the arms towards the ceiling, finding length, lifting up and out of the pelvis. Breathe fully. Feet are firmly grounded. Exhaling, release. We'll step back, tuck the toes into downwards facing dog. Beautiful. Bring the feet close together for a tripod base. And we'll do the other side. Left heel reaches for the ceiling, trying to keep the hips parallel to the earth. Keep the back elongating. Keep the integrity of your posture as you lift the leg. And next breath, we'll pull the foot through into a low lunge. Feel the foot grounds firmly before trying to go for a lift. If you feel steady in your balance, you can lift the arms for the extra challenge. Bring the bend up to the upper back. Don't crunch on the lumbar spine. Follow your breath and exhale, releasing, tucking the toes, lifting to downwards facing dog once more. Feet together, and right leg reaches up again. Long back, mat presses away, and we'll bring the knee up between the hands for pigeon pose. Try to pull the foot out from underneath the pelvis structure, and we'll walk the hands back a little, lifting the heart before exhaling and folding over the knee. You don't have to go far, just go as far as you feel a stretch. If you feel really good, you can lower all the way to the floor, but you can stay up on tented fingers, you can stay on your forearms. Be very sensitive to your body here. You want to feel a stretch, but you don't want to feel pinching. One more breath before lifting up. We'll twist towards the foot and reach for the foot behind us. If you're very limber, you can tuck the foot into the elbow joint, Otherwise, just reach for it. Try to get your hand around the foot. This will open up the quadricep on the back leg and get you into a nice twist. Release, and we'll step back into downwards facing dog. Breathe fully here. And next side, left foot raises up. Imagine you're pushing the mat away from you, keeping the body elongated. Next inhale, swing the knee up between the hands, getting ready for pigeon. Get the feet and hips into a comfortable position before walking the hands back towards the body. And exhale, fold over the front leg. Only go as far as feels good. Listen to your breath. If your breath becomes pinched, you're probably going a little too far. But if your breath is nice and smooth and comfortable, you can walk the hands forward a little bit more. Breathe fully into the lower back, into the space between the shoulders. And give yourself permission to relax here. Allow the muscles to soften. And gradually the hips will begin to open up. One more breath. And inhale, gently walk yourself back up, and we'll twist towards the other side, reaching for the back foot. Grab with the hand. If you're feeling limber, you can walk the foot all the way into the elbow structure. Keep the chest broad and open for a full breath as we twist. And release. Bringing the feet back, tucking into downwards facing dog again. Belly tucks in, neck is long. And we'll lower ourselves down into Balasana, or Child's Pose. Sit bones reach for the heels, stretching out the back. When you're ready, lift up a little before folding the right arm underneath the left arm, stretching out the space between the shoulders. If it feels right, you can twist a little more and lift the top arm towards the sky, coming into a full body twist, giving the spine a chance to realign. Exhale, release. We'll untwist to center for threading the left arm under the right arm. If it feels right, twist a little deeper and lift the top arm towards the sky, breathing fully into the back. Steady gaze up towards the fingers. And next exhale, release. We'll tuck the toes and lift up into downwards facing dog. Now feel yourself light. You have the choice to step or jump all the way up to the top of your mat, coming through to a seated position. Dandasana, staff pose. Lift through the crown of the head. Feet and legs remain engaged. Feet are flexed. Shoulders draw down the back. When it's right, you can slowly walk the hands forward for a forward fold. Lead with the heart. Try to keep the chest open so we're not hunching over the legs. We're reaching head to toes, not head to knees. We always want to find length in yoga. Release with the exhales. And find your flexibility through relaxation. Next inhale, walk yourself back to sitting. Fingers point towards the feet. Feet hips width apart. Lift the pelvis into the air. Keep the heart open. The chest is broad as shoulders pull away from one another for reverse tabletop. You should feel an intense stretch in the chest, shoulders, and upper arms. Keep the heart open. Don't collapse here. Exhale, lower with control. Bringing the right foot into the body. Inhale, right arm reaches for left leg. If you feel comfortable in this stretch, you can try for the bind. Right arm reaches in front of the shin, and arms try to clasp at the back. Use a hand towel or a yoga strap if your hands don't touch. If you don't have one available, you can try grabbing onto your clothing, and slowly your shoulders will open up. Release here, and we'll hold the right shin in, hugging it into the body before tucking the legs and lifting up. Release. Time for the left leg. Knee reaches towards the armpit. Fold for the foot. If the armpit's in front of the knee, you can try for the bind. Reach the hands behind the back. Use a towel or a strap if you'd like. Breathe fully. Feel the shoulders opening up. One breath, and we'll release. Now bring the shin in towards the chest. Give it a little rock, opening up the hips. And releasing the leg. We'll cross the feet, hands in front of the hips, and we'll try for a lift up. Releasing. We'll raise the legs into Navasana, boat pose. Feel free to hold behind the thighs for added support. Keep the spine lifting straight. And exhale, fold the legs and lift. Arms back up into Navasana. This is challenging. Try to keep your face smooth. Cross the legs, lift again. Back to Navasana. Grab behind the thighs if you need more support. Don't forget to smile. Cross the legs, hug them close. Before preparing for Baddha Konasana, palms of the feet together, allowing the knees to open up to the sides. Sitting tall, lower into the fold with good posture. Try to keep the chest open. Don't crunch the head towards the feet. Try to keep lifting forward, lengthen the spine. Breathe fully. Listen to your breath. If it's smooth, you can bend a little deeper. If it's coming a little ragged, you might need to lift out of the pose a little bit. One more breath here. And we're going to hook the first 2 fingers around the big toe. Lifting the feet into the air. Finding balance on the sit bones. Lift the spine nice and tall. Breath is full through the chest. Gaze is steady. One breath and lower down. You might have to rearrange yourself. We're going to spread the legs wide for a wide-legged forward fold. Again, start tall in the spine before lowering forward. You should only have to come a little bit to feel a stretch. Only go as far as feels right to you. Don't let the feet collapse inwards. Keep the toes pointing up towards the ceiling. Spine is long. Breath is steady. And next inhale, we'll begin to walk ourselves back up. Lowering down onto our backs, we'll bring the palms of the feet together. Allow the knees to fall to the side, opening the hips, relaxing here. Next inhale, we'll pull the knees towards the chest. Rock a little bit to give yourself a lower back massage. And keeping the knees stacked, we'll fold them over, coming into a reclined spinal twist. Keep the knees stacked on top of one another and gaze out over the back arm. Keep the collarbone stretched nice and wide. Shoulders draw down towards the floor. Full breathing. And on the next inhale, we'll roll back to center. Give yourself a rock before twisting to the other side. Hand holds the knees stacked. Gaze is behind. The back arm stretches away from the body, opening up the chest, stretching the neck and the shoulders. Relax here. One more breath. And inhale, rolling the knees to center. You can roll the knees, release the lower back, and we'll allow the feet to come to the mat. Knees can fall towards each other. Experiment. You can keep your feet far apart or pull them in a little closer. Find what feels good for your hips and your back. And we're going to rest here. Feel free to stay in this pose as long as you'd like, and try to hold this relaxation with you for the rest of your day. Namaste.